Good morning and welcome to Canterbury Live. It's Thursday the 9th of July. I'm Lisa and I'll be in the hot chair for the next 2 days while Andrea is away on her family holiday. Speaking of Andrea, she sent through a wee video of her racing around a track in a Porsche. Take a wee look. She looks like she's having a lot of fun in Cromwell there. I'm not sure if it's actually her driving or maybe she's just in the passenger seat. All right, it may have looked a little bit white outside for a few of you today. Yes, there has been a bit of snow going on. I think we have a few pictures. There we go, looking absolutely white and gorgeous. People enjoying the school holidays, I think, in that snow. Might be a few kids out there building some snowmen and having a few snowball fights. Now, I think it's snowing in North Loban, Oxford and Hanmer at this stage. I didn't get to see any outside my house today. It was a wee bit white yesterday, but I'm not quite sure it was snow. It was definitely a little bit icy and slippery though. All right, let's start the show off with a few giveaways. We love to give away things here at CTV. So first up, we've got this gorgeous piece of artwork by Ira Mitchell-Kirk. Could be all yours, absolutely beautiful. And we've also got some tickets to The 12th Man by Casanova Productions. So simple to enter. All you need to do is give us a call on 3777 033 or go to our Facebook page, give us a like, and all the information will be on there for you. Now, you deserve a treat, so make sure you enter the competition. Coming up on today's show, our Grego is back, very entertaining. I chat to a policeman, find out what's going on with him. You don't want to miss that. I find out about It's Our Focus, definitely something to stick around for. But first up, Andrea caught up with the Shrinking Violet.
Here she is, the Shrinking Violet herself, Elora. How you doing?
Not too bad, how are you?
Well, I'm great, and if we haven't met Elora before, the Shrinking Violet, you are on that wonderful journey of the paleo lifestyle.
I am paleo lifestyle and weight loss.
Yes!
Everyone's two favourite things at the moment.
They're all very trendy, isn't it?
Yes.
And paleo has become quite trendy, hasn't it?
It has, it really has.
Why do you think this particular diet is doing it for people?
I personally think because it makes sense. It makes so much sense to go back to, you know, how you're meant to eat. I prefer not to put the paleo label on it and just say real food and eat real food that you're designed to eat, and it works.
That's what people say, that it's sort of caveman mentality as far as eating real food.
Yeah.
Is that in essence what it is?
In essence, yeah, but it's kind of like a modern caveman because, you know, cavemen probably didn't eat bacon and muffins.
We might have, just a different kind of version.
Yes, exactly.
But how do you keep on? Once you've actually made the loss, the weight loss, how can you actually maintain yourself on the paleo?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've obviously got to that point now. I've lost 55 kilos and I'm sort of just maintaining now. So it's really important that you don't give in, you don't start letting everything else fall back into place just because you have lost the weight, because at the end of the day it does need to be a full lifestyle change for the weight loss to stay off. Otherwise you're just going to go straight back to where you were. That's one thing I tell everyone is that temporary change will see temporary results, but a permanent change will be permanent results.
Say that again, sorry, I interrupted you.
So temporary change breeds temporary results, but a permanent change will make permanent results.
Love it. So we can't do the whole, oh, I've been good, I could take a day off.
Yeah, it's not like that. You can't just take days off. I would love to. I mean, especially with all the jelly tip chocolate and jelly tip biscuits that have just come out. But no, it's a full lifestyle. I'm committed and I wouldn't give it up. I have like little rules for myself. Like if I go overseas, sure, I'll let myself have stuff because I mean, it's life. You want to live your life and you don't want to be so depressed about not eating certain foods that you're sad. But but as soon as I step back on that plane to New Zealand, it's done.
It's all on.
Yeah.
But we're sort of picturing or making a bit of a dark picture about the paleo lifestyle because there is some wonderful eating options. Amazing eating. People often, as soon as I say I don't eat bread or pasta or rice, people just go, well, what do you eat? And the thing is, I eat everything. I eat so many good foods because at the end of the day, it's just meat and vegetables. I mean, breakfast, I can make myself a paleo version of eggs Benedict and
paleo pancakes. I mean, most days it'll just be eggs and vegetables because that's what's good for you at the end of the day. But even lunch and dinner is just meat and vegetables, but it's not restricted to sounding so boring. By the time you have stuffed chicken breasts with, you know, stir-fry veggies or whatever you feel like.
It's so good. And I'll tell you a funny story. I went with some girlfriends for a lunch.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on the menu I really liked, so I created my own. I had poached eggs, bacon and avocado. That was it.
Love it.
And they had off the menu, and they were envious because they got these big wedges of bread with very little filling in
And
the
it just makes you feel so stodgy at the end of the day. I'd always rather go in somewhere for breakfast and order a plate of sides and be completely satisfied. And half the time it costs a whole lot less as well.
Exactly. So, but sweets as well, you're talking about the jelly tip chocolate and all that going on. Crikey, you go into the supermarket, at the end of the aisles there's all this chocolate and biscuits to tempt you. But there is sweet things you can eat on a paleo diet, isn't there?
Definitely, and that's one of the things is you still treat them as if they were regular treats because that's what they are at the end of the day, because all the things you use to sweeten them are still a treat. And should be treated so. So, I mean, I can make paleo chocolate using coconut oil, a little bit of honey, almond butter, and some flavouring. I like vanilla essence or peppermint essence. I've even been known to put like bits of dried raspberry in them, and they're absolutely beautiful. And the best thing is they have a high fat content. The coconut oil is so good for you. Saturated fat that everyone's scared about, but it's so good for your brain, good for your hair, good for your nails. Coconut oil is amazing, and then you've got all the good fats in it as well as almond butter, and it's a perfect little sweet treat. I know in the 10-week challenge that we run, we actually prescribe them to people. You need to eat 2 paleo chocolates a day to help you keep your fat up.
We like that, don't we?
We love that.
And just to finish off, what is your website to go to for some recipes?
So my website is theshrinkingviolet.co.nz. Plenty of recipes on there, or Facebook page, The Shrinking Violet.
It's as simple as that. Thanks, Laura.
All right, we're talking TPPA. I'm joined now by Jen Despar. I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
From It's Our Future, and Andrew Pemman from Salmonella Dove. Hello. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So we've just seen a wee bit of a video there. We're talking TPPA, which is the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. Now, it's a trade agreement between 12 nations, including New Zealand and the US. Is it the secrecy that you're most concerned about?
Yeah, that is a huge concern, and it doesn't need to be secret. So it's not factually correct to say that all trade negotiations are made in secret. They're telling us that it's to keep their own cards close to the table so that other people don't know what our negotiation bottom lines are. But when we look on WikiLeaks, which is where we get most of our information from, we know that all of those, the cards are on the table. So it's only us that doesn't know what's in it. And we have a lot of concerns about what is in it, like corporations being able to sue governments. So what you've just seen with the Sheik being paid $11 million, that kind of thing will happen more and more under the TPP.
Oh gosh, okay. So I understand that you had a bit of a fundraising dinner last night. What was that about?
Well, it was really a get together. We've been kind of working with each other around providing music for some of the promotions that you just saw, and so we had to get together at the Kio Thai restaurant kind of as a fundraiser for the group, and also to discuss issues that I can see perhaps affecting music as well with the TPPA. I mean, for me, yeah, definitely the secrecy is bizarre. I read an article in The Listener the other week stating how the actual agreement is locked in a vault. People can't actually go in. Well, they can go in and read it, but they can't take anything out. So the Senate in the States, people that are voting on it, can't actually gather information to take out.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And of course, issues that we may see through music, particularly around publishing and copyright, it could impact on what we can actually creatively say musically, lyrically down the track. So.
Gosh.
And then it could be access to, it could prevent it, if you're protesting through music, then it could prevent you being a part of various broadcasting corporations. So.
Gosh, okay. So we're speaking about music and your involvement. How did you actually get involved with this?
Well, I think it was just a random online connection.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Leanne is one of our team, and she was making those videos that you just saw, quite a few of our different actions, and putting Salmonella dub music with it. So, of course, she had to get in contact to say, is that okay?
Good on her.
And then one of our other team members, Josie, made this, sent this amazing poem to a whole lot of different bands, because we're going to be trying to do some gigs and fundraising stuff like that. And Salmonella Dub answered, and so we kind of took that as a cue to go, right, let's make this connection.
Oh,
so that's what we're trying to do, just forge this connection so that we can work together. It's really good for our group to have, really well-known and well-renowned famous people in New Zealand who are on the same side and who are concerned as well.
Great. So just before we came on air, I spoke to you a wee bit about your group. So you said you've got about 50 members, but you held a march. Tell me a wee bit about that.
Yeah, so we've had about 4 marches in the last year. The first one, which is when I first went and sort of ended up being leading the group, because there were 12 people that turned up. So I took everybody's names and addresses and said, right, this is a planning meeting for the next one. We had one in November or the following one was March. We had 300 people. The next one was November, 1,500, and the last one was last March, 3,000.
Wow, so you're really gaining some...
The more people that hear about this, the more people there are against it.
Because I must say, I have seen a lot of signs up around Christchurch. I drive past and I see all these signs around. Is that you guys putting those out there? And that's trying to get people the knowledge, find out what's going on?
Absolutely. It's all about raising awareness, because it is in secret, so people don't know about it and don't know how it's going to affect their lives. And it's got massive effects across all sorts of things that you wouldn't expect, like music.
Music, yeah, absolutely.
On a simple layman's level, like agriculture could be the worst thing that could be impacted. If we basically it'll open up corporations, multinational corporations, having the ability to sue governments and also perhaps farmers for things like if you're using their seed, you'd have to use their pesticide or their herbicide to go with that seed. And if you don't, you've got the potential of being sued.
That's crazy. So who's actually coming up with these?
So this is actually quite a progression of free trade agreements. So you don't need to be able to see the text, although we would like to, but to work out what's in it, you just need to look at history to see what else has happened in the past. And so, for example, the North American Free Trade Agreement, where hundreds of thousands of jobs were promised, all of those sorts of things, the same kinds of promises that we're hearing for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. America lost 1 million jobs in a decade, so
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It's happening progressively and slowly, so people aren't noticing it. It's like the frog in the water.
It is very secretive, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and the worst outcome is the potential that corporate companies will have the ability to sue governments. They'll be bigger than countries.
And they're doing that already.
Where's that gonna go?
So Philip Morris Tobacco is suing Australia at the moment around the plain packaging of cigarettes, and that's not unusual, right? There are hundreds of court cases going on. There's a company, Oceania Gold, who works in Reefton, and they're suing El Salvador at the moment because they didn't get resource consent to poison the water.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, obviously, we've only got a couple of minutes to spend on this, and it is a humongous topic to tackle. So if people want to find out more very quickly, how can they do that?
So it's ourfuture.org.nz is the national organisation.
Nice. Well, there we go. We've got that up on the screen.
So that's the one down the bottom there. Our Facebook page is IOF Chicha, so that links you into our Christchurch group, and what we're doing. So you'll hear about the national actions and stuff like that. There is actually a bill coming before Parliament right now, the New Zealand First Fighting Foreign Corporate Control Bill. Ring your MP and tell them you want them to support that bill.
Do it. Do it. All right, well, thank you so much. Definitely go to those websites, check it out. There's so much information that you need to know. Stick around after the break. We're taking a look at El Grego.
She said, I love your ways, I love your ways. So baby, don't kill the magic.
Welcome back. Now we're going from one huge topic to another. Bullying, often happening a lot, very difficult to deal with, but luckily we've got Al Grego here to give us some advice.
Hi, it's Al Grego, back with some more hot tips on how to stop bullying. I'm the national presenter of Trustpower's You've Got the Power School Show. And as we get to perform in hundreds of schools, meeting thousands of students, we like to have a little fun, teaching them hot tips along the way. Today I've got someone to help me, and here he comes. What is your name?
Sam.
Sam, you're my main man. And what school do you go to, Sam?
Halsall Primary.
Oh, very good. Halsall Primary, very good school. I've heard about that one, very good. Now, Sam, we're going to get you ready because I'm supposed to have a puppet here today, and I forgot. But you're going to become our human puppet. Ah, there we are. Assistant Sue is putting the school bag on you, and I've got a mask and a hat here for you too, Sam. So we'll just slip this on you, and now you are transforming into a human puppet. This will be fun. And I got a new hairstyle for you, Sam. We spiked the hair up a little for the studio. Looking good. Looking real good. Yeah. Al Grego. Yes. What are you doing? Me? Yeah. Oh, I'm what they call a ventriloquist. Oh, you're a vanilla twist. No, I'm not a vanilla twist. That's an ice cream. I'm a ventriloquist. What's a ventriloquist? It's someone who throws their voice. Where? To you. When? Now. Do it. I just did it. Do it again. I'm not doing it again. Very funny. I thought so. Well, I see you've got your cell phone for school today. Yes, Al Grego. I'm getting a lot of texts, you know. Sam, yeah, some of these texts you're getting, they're not very nice. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Oh, I know. I'm going to fix it for you. Really? Yeah. How? Easy. What are you doing? Just give me a second. That one? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Done. What'd you do? I just blocked their numbers. Now what? Now they can't text you anymore. That easy. It's that easy. Hoo-hoo! I'll block their numbers. That'll fix them. Thank you, Al Grego. No problem, Sam. Happy to help. What would you like to do for all the viewers today, Sam? I'd like to sing and dance. Hey, sing and dance. We haven't got time to dance, but we could sing a little song. Oh, yeah, okay. Have you got one in mind? Yeah. Hit the music. Let's hear it. Here we go. You ready? I'm ready. You going to dance? Yeah. Okay. You ready? Right. Listen to this. Here's the words. It doesn't matter if you dig or snarl. It doesn't matter if you're short or tall. It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. It doesn't matter at all. Because you're all unique in your own special way. You gotta treat others like you wanna be treated. You care about your friends no matter who they are. Sam, that was amazing. A wonderful song, good words. Thank you for joining us.
All right, make sure you stick around after the break. We're talking police. Welcome back. Now, joining me, I need to get this right, is Superintendent John Price, who is the District Commander. I don't want to get things wrong when there's a police officer around.
No, that's fine. You're right on. That's exactly my title.
Now, you've sort of been thrown in the deep end here, haven't you? You've only just sort of come back to Christchurch, picked up this role, and you're very happy to be here, though, aren't you?
I'm really pleased to be here, Lisa. Look, I've only been back in Canterbury about 4 weeks now, but I'm a Canterburyan at heart. I was born and bred here, but I've been away with policing, so it's fantastic to be back in Canterbury.
Especially with this weather.
Especially with this weather, yes.
All right, now I've got a few questions for you. We were just talking a wee bit about back in the day, not so long ago, you're not that old. You used to be a teacher. You've ended up in the position that you're in now. How did that come about?
Right, look, yeah. Interesting, I was a teacher 28 years ago. I left teaching because I'd always wanted to join the police, and the opportunity to join the police came up, and hence why I'm here now. But it has been useful having that teaching background, because prior to being the District Commander for Canterbury, I was the National Training Manager for training and development for the New Zealand Police.
So those skills would have definitely come in handy.
Yes, they had. They were useful.
Some of them.
They were useful. They were useful in developing the curriculum and making sure that we had good police officers being developed into even better people. So having that training background was very useful, but it's also a special place, the Royal New Zealand Police College, because we put through all of our staff go through there.
So it's definitely a big deal then, isn't it?
It is a big deal, and we also run the training and development for the whole country. So having that background as a teacher has been useful with my operational policing experience.
And it sort of also just, I guess, sets it up that you can go from any career to becoming a police officer and working your way up as well, can't you?
It's dead right. You're right
Any
on
background.
there. Police have got to reflect our community, and the community is very diverse, and policing needs to be diverse. So we've got people from every walk of life. Actually, a lot of people don't realise the average age of a police person joining the police is 28 years.
Wow.
So the recruits going through the college, when I was there, the average age was 28 years.
Gosh.
And the oldest we had going through there was 54.
Oh, I like that.
So yeah, policing, it's a career for anyone at any time in their life.
All right, now what do you want to achieve as District Commander for the Canterbury Police?
Oh look, that's a very good question. Policing covers so many different spectrums, but really the key things, the key outcomes for me, what we want to achieve is to make sure that, Canterbury, we have less crime. Every crime equates to a victim, and I don't want one more victim than we can possibly have. The other key one for us is to make sure that our roads are safe.
Yep.
And that people travelling to and from work, from recreational activities, can get there safely. So we need less road trauma. And the other one, big one for me, is around our victims. If a person has been a victim of crime, we do not want them to be a victim of crime again. So less repeat victims. But probably the most important thing for me is to make sure that our community, the community of Canterbury, have a real trust and confidence in our police. That they know that police will be there for them when things go wrong, but also that we're there before things go wrong. And that's a huge part of policing. We've moved on in the last few years from being really a response-driven organisation.
Yep.
We would receive a call for service or call for help and we'd turn up. We'd rather be preventing that crime or preventing that crash. So a big part of that is putting ourselves at the very front of incidents and ensuring that people are prevented from becoming a victim.
So being really proactive and getting awareness out there as well, I guess.
Proactive, getting into the causation of why crime occurs and why crashes occur in the first place. We'd rather be that ambulance at the top of the cliff rather than at the bottom.
Absolutely. Goodness me. And I guess there have been a lot of stories in the news lately of all sorts of things going on, tragic deaths and accidents, all types of things. How do you feel people are responding to that and the information that they're getting from the police and that trust that you're talking about?
Well, look, that's an interesting one, and I think and it's been topical around child abuse and around child deaths and such like, which is a tragedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We as a society should be there to protect our children. Our children are our most precious thing. As parents, we all love our children. We want to make sure that our children live to be good citizens. One key thing there is that's the responsibility of everyone. I love that saying that they do say that it takes a village to raise a child, and as a village or as a community, we have a responsibility for every child in our community.
We absolutely do. And I like that the police can be a part of that village and that community as well.
Yes. Well,
all right, I'm really sorry I have to cut you off there because it is the end of the show.
Oh,
but thank you so much for coming in. You will be back in and you've got a group of other police officers that will be visiting us as well.
Yes, we will love to be part of your show and continue to be part of your community. Thank you very much.
Definitely out there in the community. I like that. Join us tomorrow for Circus Aotearoa, Casino and much more.